In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. Lopez wants to fire. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and long, they're throwing the out route, trying to get it on the boundary, but a great job by the defense, anticipating it and then knocking it away.
He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Dickens. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the 1st down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Wilson to pass. Got a man. It's Dickens. There he goes. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target. You can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field.
Snags it, and he's open. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ray. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
And the Eagles line it up with a 1st and goal. The play action fake. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
For quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Wilson will throw. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. Quick strike through the air for the score. Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Quarterback making adjustments. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wiggins. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking for space. It's Wiggins. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had zero answers.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Lopez, play action. Pocket breaking down. Finds the tight end. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get the third down, and we can still have a better situation now.
There's a crease. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, wait. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This dude's day just keeps getting better and better. Of course, we've already seen him score once, David, and after that run now, this guy's already eclipsed 100 yards. That's his 2nd touchdown. We're not even done the first half yet.
Yeah, the stats continue to pile up. A big day is approaching, and they've had no answers of stopping him. So if I'm the offense, I don't have to overthink this. Like, keep giving it to him. He'll keep making plays, and they'll keep putting points on the scoreboard.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Running inside. It's Dickens. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wilson to pass. Here's a heat. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Working the middle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but
gonna take a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Dickens. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Trying play action. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now Wake Forest will stop the clock and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. He makes the catch at the 10. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback making checks. Looking for space. It's Wiggins. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The Demon Deacons are in the hurry-up. Throwing, Lopez. He uncorks one deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots, and they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Lopez from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Lopez to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. The RPO, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the 1st down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. Let's start with Texas taking on the Charlotte 49ers. And it's the Longhorns chasing a 6th straight victory today. This team is a snowball rolling downhill, just adding momentum with every new week. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Pac-12.
The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Lopez rushes on him. And down he goes.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
Nestles it in at the 35. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt. I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. The run inside. It's Dickens.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wilson will throw. They're working that left side. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
You blitz me, I'm getting the ball out of my hands. Really good job understanding that by the offensive coordinator, this quarterback, seeing the blitz, getting the ball to a playmaker, letting him do some damage. And more importantly, I don't have to throw it way down the field. Just get the first down.
To the air on 1st down. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. They'll move the tight end. On the direct snap, it's Dickens. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Defense might bring the house here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
They go play action with Lopez. Looking deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6.
886 bouncer. 886, 776 captain. 776 captain. But hard.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They're in the gun on third down. It's Lopez. Makes a connection. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Running the red zone, it's Wiggins. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
And this has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
6 plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Going for 6. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Hauled down inside the 5, at the 4 after the pick. So the Boston College offense makes its way onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Wilson to pass. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Going to try to get it himself. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Boston College will send out the punt team. Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. What a play on that return, but will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. That fourth down penalty feels as if it is really going to be costly, but we're about to find out now. It's 1st and 10. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wilson will throw. Looking left. He makes a catch. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looks as if he's going to run it. He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag. We've come to the break, and it's Wake Forest holding the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Dickens. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the 1st down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. That's exactly where their quarterback goes. He's feeling it.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They'll stop him at the 22-yard line as the defense makes a play.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job. Get the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. On the ground, it's Wiggins. Makes it past the marker. All kinds of room to the right. The 20. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Coming out with it, it's Addison. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Fires to the big fella. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Soft spot in the middle. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Boston College putting together a very efficient drive. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Here comes the heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. The quick out. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. Wilson to pass. Starts to scramble to the left. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the first down.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air on second down. Wide open downfield. Give him 6. Touchdown, Boston College! On to attempt the try. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Snags it quickly on the left. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Looking for a crease, it's Wiggins. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lopez fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Flying out to the left. Inside the touchdown, Wake Forest. Rolled his way into the end zone. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Addison. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. Wilson will throw. Looking deep down the right side. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to...
Makes the grab in their space. The 40. He's at the 30. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
He'll set up to throw. He's got him. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than quarterback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the quarterback.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Stepping to the right. Lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Wake Forest ready to get things going as the offense is on the field. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Rides to the back. He hits that hole. It opened up for him as he gets 6 and all the way out to the 9-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Takes the handoff. It's Wiggins. Finding some room. They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him.
Breaks into the open. Oh, what a cut. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. And the Demon Deacons pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Got enough for the first. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time.